In the previous chapter, we learned to work with basic mathematical formulas for financial modeling. There were some exercises. Some of you might have solved it with Microsoft Excel, while some of you might have solved it with pen and paper. Now, in real life, however, we are not going to be solving them with pen and paper because that's just too time consuming. We are going to be using software such as Microsoft Excel. In this chapter, we learn the fundamentals of working with Microsoft Excel. So what are the things we're going to learn here? We're going to learn how numerical operations are done in Excel. We'll understand the BODMAS or the BODMAS principle. We'll understand how cell referencing works in Excel, certain MS Excel best practices, and we'll also learn to work with time series data. Now, when it comes to numerical operations, how do we do it? Rather than taking it to you with a presentation, I'll directly jump to Excel. Now in Excel, addition is done using a plus sign. So for example, if I were to do 74 and 37, if I have to add them, the formula we're going to do is equals 74 plus 37. Keep in mind, every formula that you're typing in Excel has to start with the equal to sign. Now we've got the answer. How do we do a subtraction? A simple minus sign. So I have to subtract 545 from 1017. In other words, I have to do equals 1017 minus 545. When you're typing these plus and minus signs, as you can notice here, I have given a space. This space is optional. I have put space to improve the readability of the formula. It is not mandatory. If you're happy not putting the space, it's fine. It works. So that's how we do a subtraction. Now let's come to multiplication. So in multiplication, what we're going to do is, if I have to multiply 17 with 94, the sign for multiplication is asterisk, which is shift 8. So equals 17, the asterisk sign is shift 8, press that. If you have a separate numerical keyboard, there is an asterisk sign in it, and multiply it with 94. Now this is going to give me answer as 1598. If you want to divide two numbers, for that we'll have to use a forward slash. So here I have to divide 350 by 5. So I'm going to put it as equals 350 forward slash 5. Again, the space is optional for all these operations. So I press enter. I've got 70. These are very intuitive. Couple of less intuitive items. First one, which is raising something to a power. So if you have to take 14 square, how do we put 14 square? In paper, you would type 14 and next to it on the top, you would put a 2. Here, how do we write it? So we're going to put it as 14 raised to the power. For that, we're going to type the caret symbol, which is shift 6. You see the slight upward arrow kind of a thing, followed by 2. So this is 14 square. So when you want to raise anything to the power of any other number, you have to use this shift 6. That gives us this caret sign and follow it with the number. Next comes percentages. In here, we have been asked to take 15% of 800. In school days and textbooks, the formula we would see is 800 times 15 divided by 100. This is how we would be asked to type or asked to compute the value. In Microsoft Excel, you don't have to do that. If you use the percentage symbol, the percentage symbol here indicates divided by 100. So 800 times 15% is essentially 800 into 15 by 100, which is going to give us the answer of 120. When you type 15%, just to clarify here, when you type 15%, it is essentially 15 upon 100, or the decimal form of that is 0.15. Now it is purely a matter of formatting. So this 0.15, if I choose to show it in percentage format, then this appears as 15%, but the underlying decimal value is still 0.15. We have understood how simple numerical operations work. But what about lengthy expressions? So for example, if I have a lengthy expression like 30 plus 10 raised to the power 2 divided by, within brackets, 3 plus 2 multiplied by 2 minus 5. When we have such a lengthy operation, in what sequence should we perform this calculation? Should we first do 30 plus 10, that gives us 40, then 40 to the power 2? Should we go in that sequence, or should we come from right to left? What is the idea? Here is where we have to understand the BODMAS or the BODMAS principle. These terms are used interchangeably. So what does the BODMAS stand for? It tells us the hierarchy of the operations. What is the hierarchy, or what is the sequence in which Excel would do the calculation. Not just Excel, almost all computer programs. So the expansion of BODMAS is brackets, exponentials, division, multiplication, addition and subtraction. What this means is, when you have a lengthy expression like this, the first thing to be evaluated will be the one that are within the brackets. So let me copy this. So what is it that it's going to evaluate first? If we look at it, it's 30 plus 10 to the power 2 divided by 3 plus 2, that's within the brackets. So that is going to get evaluated first. So this equation is essentially going to become 30 plus 10 square divided by 3 plus 2 is going to become 5 times 2 minus 5. Now what next? After brackets come exponentials. Exponential is basically when you raise something to a power or take a square root. Items of that sort. So here we do have 10 square, which is an exponential. So that's the next thing that's going to get evaluated. So it's going to be 30 plus 10 raised to the power 2. 10 square, you would all know, that's 100 upon 5 multiplied by 2 minus 5. What is the next step? It's division. Do we have a division here? We do. That's the 100 upon 5. So it's going to be 30 plus 100 upon 5 is 20. So 20 times 2 minus 5. After division comes multiplication. So this is going to become 30 plus 20 times 2 is 40 minus 5. After multiplication, addition is going to happen. So that's 30 plus 40 70 minus 5. The last is subtraction, and we know 70 minus 5 is 65. So this is going to be our answer. See, so far whatever I've typed were all left aligned because these were text, but the 65 I've typed at the end is a number. That's what we want. Numbers have to be recognized as numbers. But just for any other reason you want your number to look like a text, what you can do is you can add a single quote before that, and this is going to recognize that as a text. By default, it is left aligned. So what we learned with this example is two things. One is the hierarchy of operations, and lastly, we also talked about when you have a number but you don't want Excel to recognize that as a number or as an equation, what do? Add a single quote. So I hope you understood the BODMAS principle here, but we'll do one more exercise to get some more clarity here. Now what we have here is we have an expression like this, 5 to the power 2, that's 5 square, divided by 1 plus 1 by 8 times 2 within the bracket. So we know bracket is what gets evaluated first, but within the bracket when you have a big expression, then what happens? Then the BODMAS applies within the bracket. So what is going to happen is, when it comes to evaluating this equation, we are not going to directly solve the bracket in one go because that's a lengthy expression inside the bracket. So what we're going to do is, first within the bracket, let's apply the BODMAS. Within the bracket, I have an addition, a division, a multiplication. What would happen first? Division. 1 upon 8 is 0.125. That's what is going to happen at this step. In the next step, we have 5 square plus within the bracket we have 1 plus 0.125 times 2. So that is going to become 0.25 because multiplication is what happens after division. Keep in mind the exponentials are not happening because the bracket is still not solved. Until the bracket is fully solved, the exponentials will not happen. In the next step, this is going to become 5 square divided by 1.25. Only now all the items within the bracket has been solved. So bracket is now fully done. What comes next? Once bracket is done, we are going to deal with exponentials. So that is going to be 5 square is 25 divided by 1.25. And the last step is division. 25 upon 1.25 is 20. I hope with this video you understood the fundamental principles of numerical calculation in Excel, how to perform one, and also the principles of BODMAS. This is especially relevant or more critical in case if you are not aware of the BODMAS principle already. Now, to test your understanding, work out this exercise. There are 3 questions here, solve them. So one thing that you need to do is the first question expects you to take cube root of 124. Cube root can also be taken as power 1 upon 3. So 124 raised to the power 1 by 3 will give us the answer here. In the next, I have given a formula for CAGR. If you don't know what is CAGR right now, it's absolutely fine. Just try to replicate this aspect what we have written here. 540 upon 380 raised to the power 1 by 5 minus 1. How do we type that in Excel? Following the BODMAS principle. This is the second exercise. And third exercise, we know to work with growth rates. So here is a problem that has given us, 180 is my company sales. Sales is expected to grow at 8%. And we need the sales for next year. Your colleague has typed the formula here. Look at this formula and see whether it is correct or not. And if it is wrong, where is the correction that needs to be done? So try it out. The solution for this is available. Once you solve this problem first, then you do have the button to click on to see the final solution. Try it out.